Guys, everybody has voice in their head. That's a little bitch voice. It's coming from your emotional centers in your brain, and it is telling you things based on your feelings, right? It will tell you, like, oh, you should do X because it'll feel so good, or you should do Y, like, for example, Y being drinking alcohol. That little voice will tell you, you should drink alcohol because it'll feel so good. But then once you actually do it, say for example you're alone, you're not even like celebrating or anything, if you do that, then you just regret it afterwards because you know that you, number one, wasted your time, number two, you may stress out about possibly doing regrettable actions, and number three, you mess up your sleep schedule because your brain literally cannot sleep as well after you drink alcohol. So we've all got to resist this little bitch voice, and it's difficult. What we have to do instead is use our prefrontal cortex, that logical part of our brain, to make decisions. And it's not easy, guys. You gotta listen to that grown man voice inside of you instead of that bitch voice. And it's not easy. It's definitely a process that you, I don't even know if it's a process or if it's just possible to just like switch it on like a switch, like a flip of a switch. Because some people, like David Goggins, for example, they basically took their lives from 0 to 100. They just drastically and dramatically changed their lives instantly, with like they were just flipping a switch, and then they just became somebody else because they chose to become somebody else and just lived as that new identity ever since then onwards. But for most people, I guess you could say it's a process, because most people who are aiming for higher ideals start somewhere and they keep messing up. They experience failure after failure after failure, but they keep getting up and they keep improving themselves. And unfortunately, I'm one of these people too, because I'm not like David Goggins. I wasn't able to just flip a switch and just become my ideal version of myself, my ideal identity that I would have for myself. But I'm making progress, and hopefully from now on I will be able to do that. I hope so.